ecosystem is like a neighborhood. It's a community of plants and animals and the environment they live in. This is a thriving freshwater ecosystem on the Circle B Bar Reserve in Polk County, Florida. The marshy wetland you see is filled with native species of aquatic plants and animals. This is what the property looks like today after an extensive project restored the land to its natural form. Before the Southwest Florida Water Management District and Polk County purchased this land for restoration, it had been used as a cattle operation. To make it useful for cattle ranching, the natural flow of water over the land had been changed to create dry pastures. This happened in other places also. Imagine this wetland dry, as it was before being restored. The ways humans use land affects how wildlife survives in a habitat. What happened to the native species living in what had been a freshwater ecosystem? Unfortunately, most of them disappeared because ecosystem changes cause limiting factors. Limiting factors prevent a population from growing any larger. Things like food, water, shelter, space, nutrients, diseases, and predators. Limiting factors can be living or non-living. The native populations on Circle B Bar Reserve were limited by a lack of water when ranching practices stopped water from flowing freely over the land. These populations had been accustomed to living in a marshy wetland covered by water all or most of the year. When the water was drained, these species could no longer survive. The story of Circle B Bar is just one example of how people can negatively impact the environment. In fact, more than half of America's original wetlands have been destroyed, drained for farmland, filled for development, and used as waste dumping sites. We now realize that wetlands play a very important role in keeping our environment clean and healthy. Wetlands benefit us in several ways. Wetlands provide wildlife habitat for plant and animal species, including threatened and endangered species. Wetlands improve water quality. Wetland plants and soils act as a filter, trapping pollutants as they are picked up by flowing water and move through the ecosystem. Wetlands also provide flood protection, acting as sponges to collect rainwater and helping prevent residential or commercial areas from flooding. They also prevent shoreline erosion in coastal areas. Without wetlands acting as a buffer between open water and land, waves hitting the shore would eventually erode coastlines. Organizations like the Southwest Florida Water Management District and Polk County are working hard to protect and restore wetlands such as the Circle B Bar Reserve. The district buys conservation lands, many of them wetlands, to carry out its mission of balancing water needs and protecting the environment. These lands are essential to keeping our water resources clean and healthy.